Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, I just wanted to share with you some news about a nerf that is coming to Raid. It's one that people have been talking about and perhaps have wanted for some time. And yeah, it's going to be a big one. So let's go through the Raid digest that's just dropped and let me talk you through what's coming. So it says here, greetings Raiders. Call of the Arbiter series continues. And if you checked out yesterday's episode, there was a bit of jiggery pokery going on between Kale and Elhain. Worth a look. It's actually not a bad episode. They're just too short for me, but otherwise I've been quite enjoying them. Anyway, let's get into the big news here. So Polymorph rebalance. Currently, many arena teams rely on Polymorph to discourage landing debuffs. 100%. Like, basically buff strippers, champions like Madame Suri, who used to be top draw. Champions like Ramantu, who people go out and farm. Big buff or debuffers are basically just not being used because of Polymorph. That's especially true if you're talking about high-end arena. Like in Plat level arena, I mean, it's basically every single champion that's got a blessing in a defensive team, whether they're a nuker, a support champion, a tank, whatever it is, they've all got Polymorph. Yeah, and it's just that RNG chance to sheep the opponent and to get yourself a bit of a one-up on the enemy. If you consider pretty much anyone that I'm running on support here in live arena as well, it's just, Sifi, Duchess, Mithrala, it's almost anyone, Ultimate Death Knight, anyone who basically is out there to help my team out, they're all running Polymorph if I've got a blessing for them. And that's the way arena has gone. So this change is needed, or a change is needed to Polymorph. And what they've decided to do, I don't know if it's necessarily the right thing, honestly. I don't know if it's going to solve the problem, but they're going to introduce a change very similar to what they did with Brimstone, that you need accuracy to land the Polymorph. Yeah. Now the stupid thing that Raid are doing here again, and they did the same thing with Brimstone, is if you've got a high level blessing, if you manage to get yourself a big boy blessing, don't worry anymore. You don't need accuracy. It's so dumb. It's like, it's so bad. Either you need accuracy to land a mechanic or you don't. That's the way it should be. Yeah, find a different way to balance it. Maybe you just balance it with the percentages better, percentage chance to do it. They should all need accuracy. If you're putting accuracy on a debuff, I don't necessarily think that's wrong, by the way, but they should all need accuracy. Not if you've got level 6, it doesn't. It's so dumb. It just literally stinks of, if we can push it a bit more pay to win, we will. Stinks of it. Raid, poor job. Anyway, they're basically saying there's going to be the rebalance for this. It's coming. No, unlikely to be earlier than July. So we've got basically a month of playing it as it is. And then around July, there's going to be this rebalance of Polymorph. And it's getting quite a hard nerf. Like, if we go back to the champions I spoke about there, Sifi, I need 0 accuracy currently on a Sifi. I will need accuracy going forward if I want to keep her with Polymorph. And, Duchess needs 0 accuracy. Obviously, I would need accuracy for that. Yeah, some people build decent accuracy Ukos anyway, so you would maintain that. But yeah, it just basically means that people might start to use, either they'll pump a bit more accuracy in, or they'll start to use some different blessings. And, this is mainly an arena, or it is an arena blessing, by the way. It's not really used anywhere else. We are going to get a free change up of a blessing. But if we consider what else people might suddenly start to choose, there's not that much. You might start to see a bit more life harvest coming in if we've got heavy revive metas still. So if you've got champions, certainly in live arena, I think this could end up being a bit more viable. So that might start to pop up. We might see a bit more temporal chains for those kind of like support-based champions, decreasing enemy speed. It's already quite good. The offensive champions that currently just run Polymorph because it's so broken might start to switch to stuff like Ward of the Fallen, or probably more likely Lightning Cage. So there will start to be a bit of a change up of the meta in terms of blessings. I don't know if it's going to do too much to the actual meta of champions. You know, the reason we've seen someone like a Hedgie here fall out of the meta is not so much because of Polymorph, albeit it is quite big against Hedgie. You know, the chance of Hedgie getting sheeped, you know, after just landing one ability is quite high. But also, he massively suffers from Stone Skin. So, you know, that's not going to have changed. But you might find that he starts to pop up a bit more. Who knows? But I think Stone Skin's still going to be too prevalent to make someone like him come back anytime soon. So yeah, I mean, it will sort of mix things up. We'll either see people just needing to build accuracy into their support champions, that, you know, people that wouldn't need accuracy before, or we'll start to see some alternatives in that arena kind of meta, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. No changes though to the duo, Taras or Marishka, which, you know, two other areas that people feel are a bit OP right now. What else is going on here? So there's a bug around live arena bonuses. Apparently the ignore defense is not working properly with some certain blessings or masteries. They're talking about the live arena update. So, you know, being able to kind of fight people 2 tiers above or below to make sure there's better matchmaking, honestly. I've not really played enough live arena recently to see how that's playing out. What else have we got going on here? The following section is for hardcore players who seek to maximize their battle performance by any means necessary, and thus who pay close attention to every detail. I feel like they're writing a line there that just says, Saf, this is for you. Don't you? Anyway, apparently there's some sort of weirdness going on with Nodguard's passive skill. It's reading a little bit misleading, so they're going to try and rectify that. And there's also been a bit of a change or misunderstanding to Stone Skin and its interaction with bombs. So apparently bombs do 3 times the damage, not 4 times, which was specified earlier. No personal rewards for Clan v Clan. So not much else going on there. But that's it really, guys. The big one here is about Polymorph. What do you think of it? Do you care? Do you do enough arena to care? Do you think that a resistance builds are going to start to come back because you need accuracy to Polymorph? Do you think that debuffers are going to start coming back into the game? Or do you think it's just going to be about a bit more of the same, apart from people going to plow a little bit more accuracy into their builds? I've been Hell Hades. I'll see you later.